Let's talk about the future of the local independent financial advisor and insurance agent in this episode of The Ambitious Advisor.
I'm a man on a mission.
We know a lot of things are changing in the world, not just as a financial advisor, as a wealth manager, a financial planner, insurance agent, but with everything that is happening. I mean, who would have thought that we'd be sending our kids to jump in cars with strangers or someone that they summoned with their iPhone, getting answers or food showing up at our house? I mean, so much is changing about technology, and so much of it has to do with this little device right here. I mean, this is where we get our information. This is where we get pretty much everything to do with our lives. And it's not just my demographic. It's not just the younger demographic and Gen Y and Gen Z. You know, it's people like my dad who we just had a hurricane come through. Hurricane Irma came through, and he literally had no power at his house. And yet he drove to the Apple store to upgrade to the new iPhone. You know, that's just what we're doing. You know, my wife's parents the same way. They're out in the Villages, one of the biggest areas for retirees right now. And, you know, they're out there on their golf carts texting emojis to their friends on their iPhones. The world is changing. The way that we are discovering people, the way that we're finding people, and the fight for our attention. That is what I really want to spend some time talking about, is that we are in a world where the #1 asset that we can have from our marketplace is attention. Right now, if you're watching this, I have your attention, whether it be for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is, I have your attention. You know, as a financial advisor, as an insurance agent, you know how hard it is to get someone's attention, to get them to pay attention to you, to get them to read one of your direct mail pieces, to open up your emails. I see advisors all the time. I look into their email accounts, and then we start playing around, and I'm like, well, what's your open rate? And they're like, 10%. And I'm like, you have 500 clients and only 10% of them are reading the stuff that you send them. That's 50. What about the other 450? You don't have their attention. And that's because you are really positioning yourself as just someone who delivers a product or a service. You're not in it because you really truly care about the person, because you really truly care about being their guy, being their guru, their expert, their thought leader, their preeminent person, as Jay Abraham would say. You are really just transactional. Hey, I'll write you this life insurance policy. Hey, I'll put this financial plan together for you, and I'll see you in 6 months when we do a review of your accounts. That's not how you should be thinking of yourself. That's not how you should be positioning yourself. You see, the people who are winning today understand that attention is what we're fighting for. And if they understand that attention is what they're fighting for, then you know that you need to do things that get their attention. And that right now, as we stand here as I'm shooting this video, it's media. Those who now position themselves as media companies as opposed to just local services are the ones who are winning and are going to continue to win and are going to really make a big difference in their business, a big shift in their business. Because if you're in a marketplace, let's say with 25,000 potential prospects, perfect prospects, I know you could help everyone. We're gonna have another episode on that. But let's say you have 25,000 perfect prospects, people that you can really help, and you're sending them a dinner seminar mailer once a month. Well, what happens on those other 29 days? Well, they're getting other invitations from other financial services, inviting them to their seminars, and there's no difference between the seminars. They are getting bombarded with direct mail for financial newsletters from guys like Agora and big financial publications like that. They are going to the marketplace and they're seeing Money Magazine and Kiplinger's and all these people giving them advice. They see Susie Orman out on the TV. They're watching Fox News and CNBC and MSNBC and CNN or whatever news network that they watch. They're seeing stocks go up and down. They're reading the Wall Street Journal. I mean, so many things happen, and all you had their attention for was a couple seconds. So they got the mailer and they're like, oh, cool, and they throw it away. If you're sending out to 10,000 people and you're only getting 25 to show up, that means a lot of people aren't paying attention to you. You can't grow a business if people aren't paying attention to you. So the future of the successful, ambitious advisor is one who thinks of themselves as a media company. The one who gets on camera, just like I'm doing today. This is actually nothing fancy. We usually do fancy cameras and productions. If you've seen some of my other shows, like The Ambitious Life, my reality show, Ambitious Adventures, you know that we usually do big productions. This one's actually just me and a webcam, nice studio setup. I got the logo in the background there, and it's me talking to you. And I got notes on my iPhone here. You can see, like, this is literally what we're talking about in this episode. on my iPhone, and that's it. And I'm communicating with you, and I'm putting this video out on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm then advertising it. I'm sending an email out to everyone. Maybe that's how you got here, is you saw an email and you're like, hey, Greg put out a new video about the future of financial advisors. I'm using media, and then I'm distributing that media. And he who can do that the best is going to win, because media begets trust. If you send out media and that media can crack the attention of your marketplace, meaning that it's fun, it's entertaining, it's interactive, it's educational, it's actually providing value and helping someone, and then you get their attention, now you can start building trust. And if you show up with two words that I love, constancy and consistency, if you consistently show up in someone's life, if you are constant in their life, well, that just automatically creates trust. You know, Oprah showed up every single day in a lot of people's lives for a very long time. She created trust. Larry King, every night for 25 years on CNN, he created so much trust because he constantly and consistently showed up. You need to do the same thing. If you want to have success in this business, it's not about sending one direct mail piece. You still should send that direct mail piece, but you should also be filming videos and then turning those videos into blogs and then turning them into stuff that you can post on social media and sending out emails with that content and becoming a media company. Because he who has the biggest media reach, the biggest media distribution is going to have all the power. Because if you have media distribution with one email, with one video, with one post, you can generate leads, you can generate clients, you can generate commissions, you can generate business. If you don't have that distribution, if you don't have that reach, you don't have the ability to do that. So the future of the financial advisor, of the insurance agent, of the financial planner is to become a media company. It's not just to sell the same products and services everyone else does, because then you're just lumped in like everyone else. This is happening in real estate. I have real estate agents that I work with, and if you're just a guy who can open a lockbox and put something on the MLS, you're going out of business, because I can do all of that from my phone. My phone, can tell me the price, can tell me the listing information. It can give me the code that I pump into the lockbox. I don't need you anymore. Well, as a financial advisor and insurance agent, I don't need you anymore either, because I can buy an annuity right here on my phone. I can buy life insurance right here on my phone. I don't need you anymore. What I do need is that person who is going to give me advice, that person who is consistently adding value, that person who's making me ask the hard questions, that person who's entertaining me and has my attention. Start creating media. Think of yourself as a media company. Get that attention, and we'll see you next time on the next episode of The Ambitious Advisor.